I was not expecting one laptop to be able to handle everyday use, editing, gaming, Zoom calls, all in a body that looks like this. But here we are. This is the Lenovo Yoga Pro 9i Aura Edition. Now, Lenovo and Intel were cool enough to sponsor today's video and send this thing out, and it initially caught my interest because this seemed like an awesome creative device, but oddly enough, this thing works really well for like everything else I do in my life. So let me show you what I mean by that. Now, when you grab one of these, it's a pretty simple unboxing experience. You got your laptop, you get your charger, but listen, I could tell right out of the box, this thing was solid. It has a large and beautiful 16-inch Tandem OLED display, and we are absolutely talking about that in a second. A full-size keyboard with a large trackpad and a ton of ports. On the left side, you've got your power port, HDMI 2.1 port, 2 Thunderbolt 4 ports and headphone jack. And on the right side, you've got your power button, 2 USB-A ports, an SD card slot, and a switch to turn off your webcam. So as a creator, this thing absolutely has all of the ports that you'd want. But here's the thing, it also has some insane specs. We're talking about an Intel Core Ultra 9 processor, an NVIDIA RTX 5070, which is more than enough for some really good gaming. It also has up to 64 gigs of RAM, 2 terabytes of storage, as well as like Wi-Fi 7 and an 84 watt-hour battery. So far, this thing checks a lot of boxes. Now let me show you how it performs. So you jump into some editing software, and we've got a 4K timeline over here with a bunch of edits and adjustment layers, and this thing is running smoothly, no skipped frames. This thing is just cutting through it like butter, and we're playing at full resolution. So typically you want to have this thing at like half resolution so that it can play back smoothly and you just don't encounter any hiccups, but that is absolutely not necessary here. You can go full resolution, get that smooth playback. Even as you got different adjustment layers, it just plays everything back super smoothly. So video editing, absolutely not a problem. We're using serious cameras over here, and because this thing has the Intel Core Ultra 9, an RTX 5070, it is way more than capable of handling anything that we would throw at it. So performance-wise, like this thing is great, but the impressive part is the screen. This screen is everything. So this is Lenovo's Tandem OLED display. For those of you who aren't familiar, OLED displays, to me, they're my favorite looking displays. They look amazing, but the complaint is always they're not as bright as, say, an LED display. But what Tandem OLED does is it takes 2 of those OLED displays so that it can produce a brighter image. So you're getting all of the benefits of the contrast, the colors, everything you'd love from an OLED display, but with more brightness. And my goodness, does it look good here. As you guys can see, the colors just pop on this screen. And that's one thing for video editing, but when it comes to like photo editing or something, it also is just like a dream to work with. Lenovo hands down makes some of the best displays on a laptop, and now with this new Tandem OLED, it's just really good. Honestly, my favorite part of like the whole editing process is usually messing around with the color grading, changing up the colors, making like videos or photos come to life. And when you have a screen like this, like it just makes it that much more enjoyable. And even for like watching content, playing some of our older videos on this screen, it just looks so good. Gene, you gotta be proud of yourself. Like, tell me the colors don't look great here. Yeah. So that just adds to like this whole experience, right? Where the performance is there, the quality is there. It just makes the entire thing feel premium and honestly very complete. Speaking of complete, like I see this, like I said, as this awesome creative device, but the fact that you can game on it too, this for me feels very much like the counter to a MacBook Pro, but with the actual ability to game with good games. The gaming is actually so much better than I expected. Now, yes, I know it has a 5070, so that means it's, it should be decent. I just wouldn't expect this to run as smoothly as it does, considering it's not like a full-blown gaming laptop. It's just so well-tuned that gaming on here is super smooth. So I'm running Apex right now, and this is a 120 hertz display, and our frames are locked in at 120. And this is at max settings for Apex. And we even got some warnings over here that you might encounter some performance issues based on like, the specs in here, because I just threw everything at it and it's handling it with no problem. Like we're like pretty much stuck at 120, which is the most that this thing can output. Now imagine pushing this thing like this and you hear those fans? Like you hear them, But this is not enough to bother anyone. Like if you're playing a game with some volume and like things going on in the background, some music tracks, you're not hearing anything. Let me get into this fight really quick. You guys can see what I'm talking about. Hey, got him. Come on. I don't care if they're bots. I need to be able to talk about this. Apex for me on this has been phenomenal. Playing some of my other games, like my RPG games. I've been playing Visions of Mana a lot lately, stuck at 120. Marvel Rivals, that one's where it got a little dicey. I don't know if it's like just the optimization or what. Marvel Rivals is the only one that wasn't pushing that 120 the entire time. And at certain parts of the game, you can see that it's gotta work for it. But outside of that, like it's been an insane gaming experience, considering it's not a gaming laptop. Like that's what's blowing my mind here. But honestly, I just really like the quality of life stuff. So when you pop this thing open, you've got your camera over here, which is a Windows Hello camera. So you're able to jump right into the laptop, takes no time at all. And on a device like this, you get a bunch of other smart experiences. They give you access to things like AI powered security. Say you're out in public and someone comes and leans over your shoulder, the AI will detect that someone else is looking at your screen and automatically blur it. That's really dope. And it's just like the quality of life stuff. You know, like some of the security things you don't have to worry about, like that's going above and beyond with the blurring out the screen. There's just like a lot of cool things in here that really help it feel like it's a premium device. Not to mention, you get that better battery life because it is a more power efficient chip with the Core Ultra in here. There's just a lot to love about this. I know Lenovo and Intel have been working on this Aura Edition lineup for a little bit now. I think the specific goal of providing like that ultimate premium experience, I think it comes to life the most in this guy right here. I would definitely say this is the Windows equivalent of a MacBook Pro, just not made of aluminum. It's probably the only difference. So with everything that we just talked about and you got to see for yourself, this thing is pretty amazing. Like I've never seen a laptop perform so well in so many categories. Like this is truly like a do all kind of beast. With this kind of build quality, the beautiful display, having the Intel Core Ultra 9 in here to help with all of the AI tasks and just optimizing everything in the machine. This is easily gonna be one of those machines I recommend for folks who are looking for a nice premium laptop that's going to last them a long time with great battery life, that can also game, be used to watch content. The Pro 99 seriously does it all, and I'm walking away really impressed with it. But that about wraps it up, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. Links are gonna be down below in the description. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.